I heard this season was so secretive that half the cast doesn't know the ending. Are you the half that knows or doesn't know?
We know enough, but I think we wanted to just make sure that everything was very buttoned up, and I think that, it's been a little bit of time, and so I think that, some things happen to leak occasionally, so I think that they just wanted to make sure that we put the best product forward, and now we're at the end, and so I think now the cat will be out of the bag. So, November 10th is right around the corner.
What was it like kind of filming everything so hush-hush? Did you have any theories going into it?
You just trust Taylor and what he's been doing. And, of course, it's always a little bit more challenging. But I think that the cast we're very close together. But it definitely made for a unique experience. So I think you kind of dive a little bit more into your emotional state when you're coming. And I think ultimately, the product is a little bit interesting because we're really living in those moments, because oftentimes you don't know the full scope of anything as you would before. When you get a full script, you can kind of plan ahead. Whereas this one, you're really kind of living moment to moment or scene for scene, which I think might make for a really interesting product. Yeah.
And how do we feel about the ending? Does it feel too early? Are we ready for it to end, or do we still want more?
Well, I think everything good ends, but I don't know with this show that we ever really wanted it to end. But you just have to accept the process, and there's so many changes, and what Paramount and what Taylor has done for all of us, I think it's really catapulted a lot of us into different atmospheres and things like that. So it'll be exciting to explore other opportunities. But nonetheless, we have the most loyal fans, and Paramount has been really, really good for us, and so we're really happy about what we're putting out there. Yeah.
Another big talking point was of course Kevin Costner's absence in this half. How do you think the audience will react or feel about John Dutton's fate?
Well, this is Kevin's a vet, right? So you don't just replace one, but I think that because of what Taylor has created in this world, it's really just kind of a next man up, and I think the characters are very, very strong. And of course you have the Kelly Rileys and the Cole Hausers and, the Lukes of the world, that have really been able to kind of step their game up in a different realm as well. And then hopefully for all of us to be able to help undergird that. But it is what it is. I mean, this is entertainment. You guys know what it is. There's a lot of moving pieces. But we're just happy that we made it this far, because for a little bit there, we didn't know that we were going to be sitting here doing this. So this is a blessing nonetheless. Yeah.
And finally, some people have called Yellowstone a red state show, something that Taylor Sheridan disagreed with. So how do you think that this show bridges the gap when we're in the midst of such a political divide right now?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I think in the beginning, I think we wanted something that was just really focus on naturalness, right? So it's about being in the field and on the cattle and usually that really lends itself to more middle America. But, there's a lot of equestrianness, things that are happening on the coast. And I think that as we got into season 2, New York and California, they really, really wrapped their arms around it because I think it's a universal story. I don't think that it really lends itself to red or blue. I think it's just humans living in a human behavior. Of course, it's a heightened behavior, obviously. But I don't know that it's something that it's like, oh, the people that are watching it for us, that we're leaning on one side. I think that we just wanted to be a part of something great and unique. And I think that we were able to accomplish that on this, since 2017. So it's really, really exciting. Yeah.
Finally, Team Beth or Team Jamie?
Well, I love Wes Bentley's great, but I think that when you learned what the past was with Beth, I think you understand why she had such animosity for Jamie. So I guess if there's a mic to my face, I guess I'll just say Team Beth, but don't tell Wes that though.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep it a secret.